Get ready for the action because we are diving straight into the NBA drama. We start with De'Aaron Fox, who has swiftly reminded critics who he is. After dropping Game 2 to the Blazers, the conversation turned to his massive contract, and we explore how his clutch performances in Games 4 and 5 proved that he is far from needing to prove anything. You won't believe the incredible stats he put up when it truly mattered.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This ALEN 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
Next up, we look at the fallout from that performance, because De'Aaron Fox just struck fear in the hearts of Spurs fans everywhere. After a truly horrendous offensive night, the $229 million man turned the ball over 6 times and struggled immensely, leading to serious questions about his consistency in the playoffs. We break down exactly what went wrong and why the pressure on this veteran is mounting. We move on to the intensity of the playoff battle itself. The Spurs' last-minute rally fell short as the Minnesota Timberwolves won Game 1, and we examine the defensive grind that defined that tight contest. We look at how Victor Wembanyama's historic defensive performance anchored the effort, but also where the Spurs struggled to find consistent scoring against that physicality. Finally, we get into the coaching controversy surrounding that loss. Coach Mitch Johnson's post-loss comments about De'Aaron Fox are sure to frustrate Spurs fans, and we ask if he will hold the veteran accountable moving forward. Will Johnson trust the young duo of Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle, or is the Spurs doomed? Stay with us for the full breakdown and don't forget to subscribe. De'Aaron Fox swiftly countered recent criticism regarding his role and contract value following a tough loss in Game 2, culminating in him closing out his playoff series. As attention shifted toward him amid team struggles, questions about his 4-year, $229 million contract resurfaced. However, Fox demonstrated his value by delivering clutch performances in the latter stages of the series. Fox's career trajectory shows steady development, peaking in Sacramento where he averaged 26.6 points per game in the 2023-24 season and earned All-Star and All-NBA honors. In San Antonio, his role has evolved, operating as a secondary scorer and playmaker alongside Victor Wembanyama. This season, Fox averages 18.6 points and 6.2 assists, while shooting 48.6% from the field, highlighting a complementary role. The narrative shifted dramatically after Wembanyama sustained an injury, raising expectations for Fox to carry a heavier offensive load. When the Spurs faltered, the focus turned to contract discussions. Fox responded by performing under pressure. In Game 4, he delivered a standout performance, earning praise from head coach Mitch Johnson for what was described as might have been his best game as a Spur, finishing with 28 points, 7 assists, and controlling the pace. This momentum continued in Game 5, where Fox was decisive, scoring 21 points with 13 coming in the fourth quarter and adding 9 assists to lead San Antonio to a 114-95 victory to end the series. Across Games 4 and 5, Fox combined for 49 points and 16 assists, maintaining efficiency with over 60% from the field. Analysts argue that the criticism of his contract overlooks his skill set. Fox's speed and playmaking complement Wembanyama's interior dominance, allowing him to thrive as a dynamic complement rather than solely as the primary option. His clutch performances underscore that his value lies in his ability to create opportunities and control games, reinforcing his position as a crucial complementary piece for the Spurs. De'Aaron Fox faced intense scrutiny after San Antonio Spurs suffered one of their worst offensive performances of the season, culminating in a loss against the Timberwolves. While the Timberwolves' victory is a factor, Fox bore a significant portion of the blame, displaying a night marked by severe inconsistency. The $229 million player struggled significantly, committing 6 turnovers, failing to generate sufficient offensive possessions, and ultimately failing to score effectively. Statistics for the night showed Fox shooting 5 out of 14 from the field for only 10 points, missing all 4 of his 3-point attempts, and being largely absent from the action outside of his turnover issues. Fox's primary role is to drive offense, a responsibility he largely failed to meet. San Antonio had constructed a deep roster specifically to mitigate the pressure on him, but in the high-stakes environment of the playoffs, his inconsistency proved costly. Coach Sweepa has expressed comfort with the team's structure, noting that the offense did not entirely rely on one player, and he is looking for opportunities to close games. Despite the patience of the Spurs fanbase, Fox has been in Alamo City for over a year, and the expectation for high performance is evident. The narrative surrounding Fox often involves coming up small, facing criticism, and then delivering a major performance. However, this inconsistency needs to be resolved. Offensively, Fox contributed only 2 points for the majority of the game. While Victor Wembanyama also struggled offensively, he registered 11 blocks, an NBA playoff record. Some analysts suggest Fox could have been absolved if he had provided more than just missed shots. Questions remain regarding his steals and his inability to get to the free throw line, as he did not attempt any shots from the line. The decision to acquire Fox, potentially involving the trade of Trae Young, is being reevaluated, as Young has also shown inconsistency. Ultimately, the Spurs possess the necessary components: shooters, secondary playmakers, lob threats, and a stretch big to support Fox. The critical challenge now is for him to unlock his best performance with this roster when the team needs it most. The San Antonio Spurs fell short in their opening game of the Western Conference semifinal series against the Minnesota Timberwolves, a contest defined by intense physicality and razor-thin margins. The game was a defensive struggle from the opening tip, with both teams engaging in a relentless battle that stifled offensive rhythm. San Antonio ultimately lost 104-102, with the difference coming down to a single, unmade shot in the final seconds. Head coach Mitch Johnson noted the challenge, stating, "They're physical, they guard the basketball really well. They take a lot of pride in it. In the first half, I thought we were a bit indecisive. That hurt us in the first half, picked up pace in the second half. We missed some good shots." Despite the struggles in consistent scoring, the Spurs maintained their composure, absorbing Minnesota's pressure and keeping the game within reach through the fourth quarter with a 3-point lead. Victor Wembanyama was the undeniable force on the court, anchoring the defense with historic play, altering shots, and reshaping the Timberwolves' offense. However, the Spurs struggled to generate consistent scoring opportunities, relying instead on contributions from players like rookie guard Dylan Harper, who led the team with 18 points. For the Timberwolves, timely baskets from Julius Randle and a late spark from Anthony Edwards helped secure the victory, demonstrating that while they handled the Spurs' defense well, they managed the game better in crucial moments. The game highlighted the extreme tightness of the matchup. The Spurs proved they could match Minnesota's intensity, but they also exposed the fragility of their offense, with De'Aaron Fox having a poor performance, shooting 35% from 10 points and committing 6 turnovers. Despite these individual struggles, the performance of Wembanyama, with 12 blocks and a combined 21 points with Fox, signals immense potential moving forward. The loss, while disappointing, provides a crucial lesson in the high-stakes nature of the series, emphasizing that in this playoff environment, even small errors can decide the outcome. The San Antonio Spurs are facing intense scrutiny following a disappointing Game 1 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves, with head coach Mitch Johnson's comments regarding star player De'Aaron Fox fueling frustration among the fanbase. The Spurs fell 104-102, and Fox struggled significantly, finishing with 10 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal, contributing to a 13-point deficit in his 33 minutes. Coach Johnson minimized the performance, suggesting Fox simply missed shots and failed to meet expectations. In a statement, Johnson acknowledged Fox's box score, 5 for 14 with 6 turnovers, but assured fans that he had no concern over Fox or Victor Wembanyama, stating, "I thought he missed some shots. The box score says he's 5 for 14 with 6 turnovers, so I am sure, in terms of what we're used to from the box score, you'd want more from him. I have no concern over De'Aaron Fox or Victor Wembanyama's box score. They'll be better. We'll be better for them." This response has sparked serious questions about Johnson's commitment to holding the veteran accountable. Critics argue that Johnson needs to recognize which players provide the best opportunity to win on any given night. Concerns have been raised that rookie Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle performed better in Game 1, leading some fans to suggest Fox was sidelined early in the first round. The performance was described as a nightmare, exacerbated by poor shot-making and turnovers. Furthermore, Johnson's tactical decisions, including failing to call a timeout on the final possession and questionable play calls, have been cited as contributing factors to the loss. Experts and fans emphasize that the Spurs possess a deep backcourt featuring Castle, Harper, and Fox. The consensus is that Johnson must trust his entire roster, including benching the veteran when necessary, rather than relying solely on Fox and Wembanyama. The stakes are high in the playoffs, where every possession counts. The narrative now centers on whether Johnson will adjust his strategy, maximize his talent, and learn from Game 1 to secure a championship run, or if these decisions risk dooming the team in the series.